Today, I'm going to show you how to turn a simple lead sheet into a full expressive piano arrangement. We're going to be taking the beautiful song Danny Boy. We're going to start with the basics, then layer by layer, we're going to add richness, creativity, and style, building all the way to something I might play in a performance. I'm going to break it all down for you step by step so you can see exactly what you need to do to move from basic to beautiful, all while making the song your own along the way. Let's dive in. Before we jump into this video, you can download the exact lead sheet I'm using. You've got my original lead sheet, and then you've also got some of the kind of tweaks and little things I'm going to be doing just to kind of enhance it and take it to that next level. It's really going to help you if you want to follow along at home. It's completely free. Just click the link in the video description. Just enter your name and email, and we're going to send it right over to you. You can also scan this QR code up here. We're going to be doing this in the key of B flat major. There's our B flat major scale. And we're going to be using a lead sheet. If you're not familiar with what a lead sheet is, it's essentially a way of presenting a song in its bare bones. So you've got the melody in there, you've got the chord symbols, sometimes you have the lyrics as well, but that's kind of it. There's no instruction on what to play. It's up to us as creative piano players to think, how do we want to play this? What vibe do we want it to have? What kind of feel? And we have to have a bunch of different tools and techniques in order to do this. And I'm going to take you through some of those in this video. Obviously, professional piano players, they have kind of hundreds, thousands of these different techniques. And it sometimes can seem a little bit like doing a magic trick on the spot because they're just bringing it to life. But there is a system. There is a system to this. And I'm going to take you through some of those steps today. The first step is to get the melody under your fingers. Such a beautiful song, isn't it? So that's the melody, that's the bit people know, it's the bit they recognize. And as creative piano players, it's up to us to take that melody and then add things below that, whether that's chords, accompaniment styles, all kinds of different tips and tricks to bring it to life. So let's add the chords to begin with. Now you can see on your lead sheet, we're actually only using 4 chords here. We're harmonizing the whole song just using 4 chords. We've got chord 1 in the key of B flat, which is a B flat. We've got chord 4, which is an E flat. We've got chord 5, which is an F, and then we've also got the relative minor, which is G minor, chord 6 in the key. Those are our 4 chords. And we're harmonizing the whole song like that. Now, the way people often approach chords on a lead sheet is to have the chord in one hand and the melody in the other. Doesn't sound great. It sort of sounds quite labored. The chords down here just sound so kind of like, they always sound like, you know, a fairy foghorn, don't they? It's like, it just hasn't got that expressive, flowing feeling that we want. What we want it to sound like is this. Can you hear how that just, it doesn't sound as dense? There's some rolling in there, there's some expression in there. It's like a completely different piece of music. Well, what I'm doing is I'm playing the chord in my right hand as well as the melody. That kind of thing. Okay, that's the concept here you've got to understand. The top part of my right hand, my little finger, my 4th finger, my 3rd finger sometimes covers the melody, and then this part of my hand covers the chords. So when we begin to do that, it just really works. Have a listen. This sings. It sings up here, the chord. You've got the harmony in there and the melody. It's in a range on the piano that doesn't sound like that foghorn again, yeah? It's in this part of the piano, just below middle C. It sounds really, really nice. What I'm actually doing is going tune, 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 chord, tune, 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 chord. See that? I'm playing a chord at the beginning of each bar, and the note at the top of my right hand, okay, the melody note at the beginning of each bar is kind of what's determining the inversion I'm using in my right hand. Now that sounds very, very complicated, but I'll just talk you through it. So at the beginning it goes, see that? So the melody note on that first bar is a D, oh Danny boy, and then you've got the rest of the chord being filled in by the rest of my right hand. Okay, I'll do the next bit. See that? So I'll break that down again. That's the tune. Now we're going to an E flat chord here. So normally it would be there. Okay, that's our E flat chord. But you can see I've got the melody to play. So if I do that as well, that's the kind of thing I do. You can see I've got this E flat chord here in my right hand, and I just played the melody at the top. And because the melody starts on a C, I then begin it on a C up here, and then go to the B flat. You can see it's a bit of a kind, it's not science this, okay? It's not like you do this every single time. That's not how this works. And music very rarely works like that, okay? It's about working out solutions on the fly. Just to kind of add in the next part as well, my left hand isn't really playing chords. It's functioning as a bass player. The bass player in the band plays the root notes. Later we can maybe add in a little bit more, but for the moment, root notes, chord in the lower part of my right hand, and then the melody in the top part of my right hand. I'll just give you a flow, okay, of what this looks like through the first half of this song. You can hear I'm using the sustain pedal as well. It really helps glue everything together. There we go. Okay, that is the framework. You need to have that in place before you try anything else. You've got the melody there, you've got the rest of the chord, and then your bass player. From there, you can take it in whatever direction you wish, but you really have to have that foundation in place because it's going to make all of the difference. Don't forget you can download the lead sheet I'm using in this video. You've got the original version with the kind of plain chords, and then you've also got a version where I've marked in some of the changes I might make and some of those tweaks. So do download that. The link is in the video description. So now we've got the basics down. We want to find a way of enhancing the music to really bring it to life and make it that kind of flowing arrangement. Kind of thing. You know, it might seem like a lot's changed, but actually that framework's still there. We got the melody at the top, the chord in the rest of my right hand, and our left hand playing that kind of bass line. It's all still there. We're just adding to it. So what did I do there? I'm arpeggiating the notes in the rest of my right hand. So rather than just going straight in, you know, well, there we go. Not that. There it is, you know, really simple change. Haven't added any notes, just literally added the rhythm. We carry on. Okay, nice. So what happened there? Well, I added a little kind of passing chord. A passing chord is a little chord you can use to get you somewhere. It's like an alternative route, you know, when you take a little kind of detour on a journey. That's what we're doing here. So all we did, we went via B flat over D. It's a first inversion chord and it works really well going from chord 1 to chord 4, which is what we're doing here. So you basically go B flat over D, E flat. And it works well because you've got that lovely bass line. It just works. It kind of really takes you to that next chord. So if I put that, There it is. Now, another sound I really like is the sound of 4 minor, which is this one here. In the key of B flat, it's E flat minor. Now we can put that 4 minor chord at the end of the second bar. Check it out. Here it comes. Oh, just, you know, it's like a little moment. It's like a little juicy detour. Check it out. Oh, and you can see I've gone back to B flat over D rather than going back to the regular 1 chord. So I'm kind of using first inversion chords of B flat, and I'm also using 4 minor just to add a little bit of my own kind of spice to the arrangement. Let me keep on going. So I'll keep on going and see what else I do. Okay, this is an interesting point. Normally in the lead sheet, it just goes straight to an F chord, which just doesn't quite take me on that emotional journey as much as another chord progression might. So I'm going to try and tweak this bar to give it a little bit more movement, a few more harmonic steps on our kind of pathway. Let me see what I might do. I'd probably go... Here we go. I do this. So what was that I did there? Well, I actually went C7 sus, C7 to F7 sus. That's the sound. This is also a nice voicing. It's E flat over F. Yeah, that's a really lovely voicing for an F sus chord. But check it out. It just gives you those extra kind of steps to go through. Here it comes. And then we're back into the next part of the melody. So it just takes us on that pathway. It's like a 2 chord. There it is. It just works really well. Lovely little harmonic device you can use. I'll keep on going. 4 minor again. Oh, here what I might do. Did you spot that? So I just did another common progression, which is 3, 6, 2, 5, 1. So those chords kind of, I mean, you can tweak it each time, but I'd probably go D minor 7, G minor 7, C7, F7 sus, B flat. And if I put the melody on the top, so you see, as piano players, we take those chords on the lead sheet and we just put a little spin on it. Now you may be sitting there at home and thinking, where's he getting all these chord ideas from? How do I get that? How do I get that into my playing? The truth is, you build this toolbox over time and you slowly add to it. And over time, you can just build a little repertoire of these kind of ideas that you can then put in whatever song you're playing. It takes a long time to develop this, but once you do, you really begin to feel that kind of creativity flow through your fingers, which is what we're all looking for, right? That's what we're all looking for at the piano. One thing you can take from this video is the 4 minor trick, okay? You know, anytime you've got a chord 4 in a key, maybe just experiment with changing it to a 4 minor at the end of the bar. Okay, that is like a little, oh, okay, that's a little tool. I can take that and I can use that somewhere else. I'm not doing the same thing every time, so you almost want to move your headspace from a place of replication to a place of experimentation. Oh, that sounded very profound, didn't it? Surprised myself there. But what you actually have to do is think, what are some of the gestures Adam's doing? What are the kind of main ideas, and how can I just play about with that myself? We now need to think about how we're going to start the arrangement. What's going to kick it all off? Are we just going to go in with the tune and then we're off? Or do we want something that kind of just lays the foundations? I don't know. I mean, I tend to come up with these things on the fly a little bit. Let me have a think about what I might do. Okay. That kind of thing's quite nice. I'm just playing with an octave here on my right hand and a fifth in my left hand. No moving chords, just that kind of stillness, because there's a lot of chords in the song. So we might want the intro just to be quite kind of peaceful, tranquil. Something like that. And you could do something like that, keep it quite still, or you could have something that moves a little bit more. Kind of takes it a little bit more Elton John, doesn't it? You can do something like that. I'm just going between chords 1, 4, and 5. You know, I'm moving like that. It's so important to remember when you're doing this, you're playing. Okay, that word play, we play the piano, we play the drums, we play the guitar. Play, that's such an important word. It's the same word we use to describe like kids making sandcastles on the beach. Right? It's the same word we use when you're mucking about, we're playing. It's like, that's what we're doing here. Get yourself into that headspace, okay? Experimentation and just the feeling of, okay, I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna play, but I'm gonna see what happens. Now, a few weeks ago, I was doing some calls with people that have taken my online course, which is called the Creative Piano Roadmap. It only opens up a few times a year, and I've been doing lots of work to kind of improve the course and refine it and make it even better. And actually, someone said something interesting on one of the calls, which is in these YouTube videos, you never get a chance to just hear me play a song from start to finish and actually hear kind of the end product of where all of this leads. And I thought, you know what? You're completely right. I never do that. I only play these little kind of fragments. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to use that exact lead sheet that you can download in the video description. And I'm just going to play. I'm going to see what happens. I haven't planned this out, I promise. I'm just going to improvise and kind of see where it goes. I hope you enjoy this. This is Danny Boy. There you go, that gives you a bit of an idea of the sort of thing I might play. I haven't done that on the channel before, so hopefully you enjoyed it. And if you're wondering how this might work on a pop song, I think you're gonna love this video up here where I break down exactly the same thing on the song I Can See Clearly Now. I think you're really gonna enjoy it. Go give that video a click. I'll see you over there.